New Today special, and we are live from Australia tonight, so stay with us for that. We're going to start the show with something that, you know, it's been so long. I feel like it's been a couple of years since I've had the pleasure to talk about the importance of having a landline in your home, but this is so much better than just a landline. It comes from the name we love in the industry, AT&T. Who better to bring us great telephones for our homes than AT&T? It's a 4-handset system. In the past, we've done 2 phones, 3 phones, but 4 is the biggest we've ever done, and it's a this day only price. So this is this hour and this hour only to save that extra money. And we're gonna talk more about the importance of this technology, because there's lots of features and versatility and upgrades here at a really great price. And by the way, there is free shipping and handling for you too, and on 5 Flex, it's $22 to get the whole system. I want you to note here, on this main handset, or this base unit, you're gonna be able to really enjoy not only an extra handset free of, you know, giving you the freedom to roam around your home, but it's got so much more. There's an unsurpassed range here. We'll talk about that. There's 1,000 name and number smart call block directory. And that's the biggest, most important feature I want you to hear, smart blocking. So now, if you don't want to take a phone call, you won't have to take a phone call. You won't even hear the phone ringing. As a matter of fact, that's just the beginning, because there's other technology here called Link to Cell. So it's a really cool way to expand your self-service within your own home. And I know that's a lot of information to get this party started, but we want you to be proactive when it comes to blocking those calls. Screen the calls that you don't want. They are worse now than ever before. I get them all the time, and you know, they're not only a nuisance, it can be, you know, kind of risky if you even pick up the phone. You don't have to worry, you're not gonna be bothered, and that's just the beginning. So as we head out to the Skype to welcome Bill Duggan to the show, I want you to know this is everything that you need in a system that comes with the smartest technology in the marketplace at the best price in the country, at least for this hour right here and right now. So welcome to the show tonight, Bill.
Glad to be with you, Callie, and always glad to share AT&T quality. Because AT&T's always been on the cutting edge of phones. They're one of the original phone providers. But what they did is they thought about it. We have all been home for the last 2 years. They know we have been home, and they being the robocalls, they being the solicitors. So guess what they did? They have given us that smart call blocking. What does that smart call blocking mean? Sorry, let me take off my glasses. That means they will pre-screen the calls. So Callie, I'm gonna give you a call in the studio, and I want everyone to realize what's gonna happen. It's late at night, it's dinner time, and all of a sudden when I try to call through, because you know, I want you to vote for me, I want you to check my home warranty, put on speakerphone, let's see what happens. What you're gonna notice, calls to this number are being screened by smart call blocker. It's not getting through, Callie. Is it ringing there?
No, it's not. I see one missed call, but it's not ringing.
And that's just it. I have to identify myself. A robocall cannot get through. So that is peace of mind the moment you install this set from AT&T. That phone will not ring. The cool part about it is, because I'm not a robot, maybe I call you just, you know, at the holiday time, I can get through by pressing the pound star, whatever the code is, and then it will ring. And you know what's great about it, Callie? When you hear the phone ring, it's not one of those calls where you're like, oh, just let it go to voicemail because it, you know, it's a solicitation 9 out of 10 times. You know it's someone that wants to talk to you. So guess what? You find yourself picking up the phone. You find yourself taking that call, and that's where you appreciate what AT&T is offering in the set. But then they went a step further, because how many of us are on our phones, our cell phones, more than even the landline? We can actually link 2 cell phones. An Apple phone, Android, does not matter.
Okay.
It could be actually a mixed household too, so it could be an Android phone and an Apple phone.
Okay, good to know.
You link it to that base station, and now when people try to bring you on your cell phone, which happens to be in the purse or downstairs, it will ring throughout the house. It will ring on your base station, your hip. Don't you? And that's where you have to realize it's an upgrade for how we live today.
Yeah, it's so true. I love that whole link to cell thing, because that is, you know, how our lives have become so connected to our cell phones. But this isn't like a separate phone number, anything like that. I love that that can pair that way, and just the convenience of having handsets. Maybe you've got an upstairs, and you know, if you forget your cell phone up there, guess what? You know, you've got phones downstairs to be able to grab and reach. I love the fact too, Bill, because I know that you called, but we didn't recognize your number. So it shows as a missed call, but it doesn't show me who, and it didn't ring, which is even better. So there's a safety factor built in. I was reading some statistics about, as you mentioned, in the last 2 years, since we've all been kind of, stuck at home and just kind of changed our lives so much, this whole problem has become even bigger. It's been a real issue for so many people, and it's a really important thing to know that this smart call blocking is really the latest technology to protect you. On top of that, it's just about, the nuisance of having to take those calls or hear the phone. It won't ring if your phone system does not recognize that number, or if it's a robocall. And there's more now than ever before. So that's just the beginning. The whole Cell Connect thing is a very impressive part to me. But let's talk about some of the underlying features here, Bill. And by the way, it's very popular already. My producer just told me we've dropped below 1,000 of them available total. So if you need it, you want it, get it while you can. By the way, this is only 3 of the handsets. You're getting 4. It's one of the biggest sets
Correct.
I've ever seen us do, and you're getting the base. But the base has a lot of features. Would you mind going through some of your favorites?
It has your digital answering machine, which we all appreciate and like. I don't know if you can feel with next to your thumb right there on your right hand. There's a USB port, so you can actually plug in your phone to charge it. Other side. Oh, but right over there, that's where, there you go, USB port, so you can plug in your phone if you need to charge it up, which is great. Bigger buttons, bigger screen, high definition audio. And Callie, that is something we don't think about. We've had our landline phones forever. We've neglected them, we don't think about it. But when's the last time you got high definition audio? So now when you do take that call, you're gonna get a clearer sound. Or better range, because do you ever get interference from a cell phone, the microwave or whatever? With DEC 6 technology, you do have that better range capacity, so you can take it outside or to the garage further than you might have been able to before. So you can hear better, you can actually get better range, which is great. And everything that used to just be accessible on the base station, from getting your voicemails and blocking calls and all that, now are on all these handsets, which, by the way, you have 3 additional handsets. My third one is actually, the base is upstairs because this is the set I use all the time. And you know why I primarily use it, Callie? I'm going to tell everyone a secret. I don't even have a landline anymore. I just have a cell phone. So now when I come home and I leave my cell phone right near the base station, I don't have to have it with me all the time. It will ring throughout the house. And you can actually go back to your cell phones. Have you ever been there, Callie, where you meet someone at, at the restaurant, like, oh, let me get your number. We haven't talked in forever. But you put it in your phone. You can actually pick up the handset and talk to your voice assistant back on your cell phone.
Wow.
And think about it this way. We spend thousands, if not hundreds of dollars on each one of these cell phones, and we have one. Now we can actually make that cell phone work throughout the house.
Yeah.
So that's why this set is great. It blocks the calls proactively so they don't get through. They're pre-screened. That's on your landline. And then with all our cell phones, like you have yours, he has his phone, make it ring throughout the house, which is great. So many added features and conveniences. That's why I encourage you to get it home and try it. Because not only that, the setup process is very easy. I didn't even have to read the manual, Callie. AT&T gives us a voice guide to make the setup process that easy.
Oh, I am loving this more and more every minute we talk. Right? It's really neat to imagine expanding your phone options without having to, sign a contract or get a service provider or anything like that. But to have a landline, 4 of them, times whatever cell phone you might already have. In fact, you can see on each one of the handsets, there's cell 1 and there's cell 2, and you said both Android and Mac, or so you are set to go no matter which way you need to enjoy really having the security of a landline. It's an interesting thing, Bill, as time has marched forward in technology, that most of us, we've cut our landlines, but then we realize one day, gosh, that's kind of an important thing to have in the event of an emergency. And in this case, the event of, the security of not having to take the robocalls that sometimes can, lead you down a rabbit hole. It's just an all-around kind of comfort to know that you've got a full system. By the way, I think I just wanted to share one thing. I'm going to ask Rick, my producer. Today, there's a VIP savings event that if you put your purchase of $99 or more on your HSN card, you can take $20 off the top. So that would apply to this. And even if you did it earlier today, you can still enjoy that $20 if you put the coupon code 182110. So this will get you to $99. So essentially, your $140 handset, 4-piece or 4-handset system from AT&T will be, and goes down from $139 to that would bring it down to $99. Just something to think about. I know we have very few of these. At this point, we're into the hundreds, Bill, and I know it's been a long time. Tell us a little bit more about, for anybody just tuning in right after the start of the hour, some of the main features you love, and let's kind of break it down as to the importance of why we should have a handset system like this.
I'm going to. I'm going to call you right now.
Okay.
And you realize I'm not getting through. It's not ringing through. That's the #1 feature. It's telling me to identify myself. A robocall that we've all been afflicted by cannot get through, so then it doesn't ring, which is great. Because you were talking about, how having a landline is important. The storms and all that, sometimes the cell towers go down, but that's why we keep the landline. But let's admit it, we ignore it because we know 9 times out of 10 it's someone we don't want to talk to because they have our cell phone, but that's just it. People still call them. So now those unsolicited calls will not come through. So you're less likely to become a victim of a scam call. You're less likely to be bothered with one. And that's because of what AT&T put in here. That alone is a reason to upgrade to what AT&T is offering tonight. And it's taken us 2 years to get this extra feature back. What is that? Link to cell. So 2 additional cell phones, or 1, whatever you have, but it could be his and hers, Android, Apple, whatever. Connects to the cell, connects to the base station. I got this for my sister alone because I call her all the time and we'd be chatting on the cell phone. And I'm like, you're in the kitchen, aren't you? And she's like, how could you tell? And like, cause I'm getting every other, I'm like, so frustrating. I was getting every other word from her. And we like, let's just talk on the landline. So then I'd call her back on the landline. But now I can call her on the cell phone. She could pick it up on this in the kitchen and get better quality reception as well.
Yeah.
Right? And better audio. And remember, we can call back to our cell phones too. So there's a little voice button right down here. You can get your voice assistant, which is great. You want to know the weather? Can your old landline give you the weather or tell you the measurements on something? You know who can? Your smartphone, but your smartphone's downstairs. You can actually ask and have that same connectivity with this setup. So for landline lovers and users, it's great. For the cell phone families and everything, it expands all of that, which is just nice. And this base station, like you were talking about, digital answer machine, larger buttons. I don't have to manually block a number, which means it rings, and I'm like, hello, no, I don't want to vote. Oh, and we're trying to be polite and all that stuff. And then we have to manually go find that block button. It will pre-block those numbers, and the setup couldn't be any easier in terms of it's voice guided. To set up the call blocking, to set up the answering machine, because remember, it's your digital answering machine. There's so many great features and that we've neglected because we have not paid attention to our landlines. I was telling friends tonight, I'm like, yeah, I'm selling a landline phone. And they're like, a landline phone? Who has a landline? I'm like, you'd be surprised, because even if you don't have the landline, you'll benefit from that link to cell technology. Just the way it expands the reach throughout the house.
I mean, if you've got 2 people in the house or 4 people in the house, I mean, I love that idea. In fact, I was just looking at my information bill. There are so many features on these phones. I mean, all 4 of them. There are 2 pages of features. I wish I could read every single one of them. I mean, from 1,000 name and number, smart call block directory, power backup, that's important. I mean, HD audio, connect to cell, mobile phone charging, you've got Siri, S-Voice, Google Now access. You've got, oh my gosh, so much more. Caller ID, call waiting, 50 names and numbers. You've got 22 minutes of digital recording time available, call intercept. There's actually even a intercom between handsets and the base unit. You can conference between an outside line, up to 4 cordless handsets. There's 200 names and phone numbers in the directory. I mean, list is long here. It really is quite an impressive system. Like I said, lots of features and versatilities and upgrades here from AT&T. So Bill, I know we're gonna be together for that Samsung TV.
We will, another big name. And that's just it, Kelly. We want to upgrade some of the stuff that's in our home. We've neglected it over the years, ignored the landline, rely on our cell phones too much. Expand what your cell phone can do, expand what your landline can do just by getting this set.
That's right. Yours is here and waiting. Today only, you can save that extra $20, but it could be even more than that if you use that HSN card with our VIP savings promo. This is item 7. Let's double check. 767707. If you want to add more protection, it comes with a full year warranty, but if you would like to add another 2 or 3 years, or maybe even 4, you can check out Protection Plus at hsn.com. But there is lots of exciting news to share.